Howdy, partners, and happy anniversary. Hope everyone's been enjoying the anniversary thus far, and hope your gotcha pulls went pretty well. And taking a look at new ship girls or skins, as well as going over the other anniversary stuff we got going on. So we got Indiana, Pittsburgh, Fargo, who is our event dropship and event shopship, Bell, and Herring, who is our point accumulation ship. So let's start off with our main girl featured in the animation and one of the hosts for the live stream, Indiana. So here is Indiana with her interesting rigging. I'm surprised it went the mech rigging again. I thought that was going to be a Alaska class exclusive. That's why after my first guess was Indiana, I thought, oh, it's probably going to be Alaska or one of the canceled Alaskas. It's kind of ghostly shaped, but evidently not. But her herself looks pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of the mech riggings, I'll be honest with you. But I like Indiana's design overall, other than her rigging. Got a pretty cool outlaw dynamic skin, I believe. So, not too bad, not too bad. And we'll take a look at her skills. So she got some interesting skills. So first up is follow-up combo. Buffs her own firepower by 15%. That's nice. And when she fires her main guns, fires special barrage. Always nice to have that extra barrage when you fire your main guns. And when her main guns or the special shell fired by the skill in her second skill, her blue one, hits an enemy, it will inflict one stack of the follow-up combo debuff, and each stack of follow-up combo increases that enemy's cannon damage taken from Indiana by 5%. It can be stacked up to 4 times for a grand total of 20%. 30 seconds after the battle starts, or when an enemy reaches the maximum 4 stacks of follow-up combo, fires a powerful, so it's probably even stronger, special barrage. This powerful barrage fires again every 30 seconds after its first activation, so getting a fast BB gun on her and get those rolling really quick would be really good for her. Yeah, quite strong, and her guns are actually even cooler with her second skill. She has good offense, and not good debuffing for the whole fleet, but good debuffing so increase her own damage on the enemy. She increases her own AA by 15%, always nice, and decreases her damage taken by 15%. So not a bad option for a flagship if your other 2 units you're using are squishy. When she fires her main guns, the following effects activates. 5 seconds later, deploys a shield, which lasts 2 seconds, around your frontmost Vanguard ship that can negate up to 3 enemy shells. Then it's so short, the low shell count is okay. And when the shield is destroyed, or when it expires, fires a special shell. This is the one referenced in the first skill, her red skill. And then 1.5 seconds after the shell is fired, redeploys the above shield around your frontmost Vanguard ship. And this shield can be deployed up to 3 times in total. And then the number of times it can redeploy resets when the ship fires her main guns. So if it breaks and she fires that special shell, it reapplies it. Do that 3 times. And then when she fires her main guns, resets the counter. So decent amount of shielding uptime for whoever's in your Vanguard. Not bad. Seems to be like a solid flagship choice. Yeah, it definitely seems worth picking up. If you need a good alien battleship. Obviously, there's options like New Jersey that are permanently available now. But, you know, like Indiana and want to complete the South Dakota class, there you go. She's the 4th and final member. So there she is, Indiana. Next up is Pittsburgh, the bane of my existence on stream. If you missed it, I had to spend like 400 cubes plus to get her. It was not fun. Hopefully, if you watch the stream or you go back and rewatch it now, you take some pleasure in my suffering. Someone enjoys that experience. Baltimore class, so she's got the coat. And yeah, she looks pretty nice. She looks like the American version of Foe or Fok, however you pronounce it. She's got interesting rigging with like the pincher claws. That's interesting. Yep, Baltimore class. I always like when they have like consistency. She's the same top as Baltimore for the most part, and the coat. And her skin. Hanging out the bar. I did rent this one. It's on screen. It's an LTD. Got a little mini game in it. That's nice. and look at her skills. Firestarter Shredders. So her gimmick is burns. And normally it's just like, okay, it's an extra burn. You can stack them, but it doesn't end up doing too much damage extra. However, she has some interesting combos with burns that make battleships a bit stronger. So every 10 seconds, fire a special barrage. And this barrage inflicts a burn element to any enemy's hit. And if your flagship is a battleship, battlecruiser, or aviation battleship, when they fire her main guns, applies the shred debuff to burning enemies, which inflicts armor break to them for 6 seconds, and deals 72 damage every second. So a little bit more damage over time, in addition to the existing burn. Also, the armor break. Now, it doesn't say special armor break, so I don't know if this will stack with other sources of armor break. But if it does, that'd be quite nice. Maybe stack fire with Guam for some double armor break potential. And there's, even if it's not using just her barrage to burn, there's plenty of other options to inflict burn. The two that came to mind, well, 3 technically, are all PR ships: Drake, Azuma, and Kearsarge. So not the best options to list because they're all PR ships you have to work really hard for. But second skill, Tipsy Windbreaker. When the battle starts, increase her own evasion by 15% to give her some survivability, and gives her a special AA gun. Once per battle, when the ship's HP falls below 30% as a result of damage taken, deploys a barrier that lasts 5 seconds that can gain up to 3% of the ship's max HP. If the barrier is destroyed, restore 6% of the ship's max HP. If the barrier expires, so isn't breaking those 5 seconds, increases Pittsburgh's firepower and AA by 15% until the battle ends. Not the best survivability. Extra evasion is nice. Hopefully you don't get to the point where you're at 30%. So the burn combo will be interesting. See if you can work some stuff out with that. Maybe we can get a true burn meme team. Maybe, maybe not. Definitely I feel like Kearsarge work well with her. So in Fargo as well for that buffs she gives. And speaking of Fargo, let's go to her next. Here she is, Fargo. Very angelic, gives me Constellation vibes, as she was either very late war or immediately post-war ship. One of one. Unfortunately, they made her have a robotic personality. Hopefully, as her affinity goes up, she kind of normals out. Get a little tired of the let's all have a bunch of futuristic ships be robotic. Not really digging that, but rigging looks really nice. Very pretty. So are her secondaries. And skills-wise, she's probably my favorite. And there's a unique gear that actually not exclusive to her, but can use the effects that she also gives. And also, it affects the challenge mode stage. So we'll get to the shop, we'll look at that. So, fast and reliable drone transport. Decreases the ship's damage taken by 15%. Every 20 seconds, use the drone to drop cargo. When your Vanguard enters the cargo's pickup range, the cargo will be received, restoring 2% of the max HP of the ship with the lowest current HP percentage in your Vanguard. The cargo disappears after 15 seconds if not picked up. So, not a fantastic heal, but it's consistent, and it will always target the lowest. Just the downside is, if you're playing on auto mode, you might not run into the cargo box. That could be a problem. But that's nice healing, especially if you're playing on manual mode. And she's got decreased damage taken, so she can be on the outside lane as opposed to being stuck in the middle. Hell, you can pair with Helena, have Hell in the middle, and then have Fargo on the outside. Helena's giving Fargo even more damage reduction. And then Emotionalization Module. I'm glad I got that word right on the first try. Increases the ship's firepower and accuracy by 15%. Every 15 seconds, there's a 70% chance to fire a special barrage. And while the ship is afloat, increases your flagship's firepower and aviation by 8% and decreases her damage taken by 5%. So this is not the same level as Sirius, it's slightly below. It's equal to Kashino's or just the it's equal to the munition ships buffs. so you don't have to run Casino. You don't want to. Obviously, I know people love Casino, but she also gives extra decreased damage, which is nice. However, it's only for your flagship. But you have options now. You can run a battleship in your flag position. You can run carrier, or as someone pointed out, you could run Kearsarge and get best of both worlds. That works too, and have like a sci-fi themed fleet. So Fargo, definitely the one I'm most interested in. She got all assault. Like her design. Hopefully her personality, she normalizes more and gets more well adjusted. Not a huge fan of robotics, as I stated already, but very cute and definitely worthwhile picking up. Trying to get from the event shop. If you can't get her to drop, not on rate up. So if you don't get her from the gotcha pulls, don't worry. Save your cubes. Don't waste your cubes like I did with the last French event. Trying to get Audacio, I think her name was. Let's move on to Belle. All right, here's Belle. Now, I had thought she looks like almost like a collab character, like with her design, like her art style. Maybe like a Senran Kagura character. And she does have a line where she's like, she's our personal ninja, and she's like, oh wait, I sorry, bodyguard. So maybe there's a little, something there. Maybe there's a rerun. Belle will get a skin there, fitting there. But very nice. Nothing too special there, but solid design. Unfortunately, she is an elite, so lower stats than usual, and I wasn't too impressed with her skills. So from Chrysalis to Butterfly, during battle, when any other ship in your fleet takes damage, 30% chance to buff Belle's own stats. So firepower, A, and torpedo by 5%. Select 5 times, grand total 25%. For every 2 enemy aircraft shot down within your fleet's anti-air gun range, decreases damage taken by 2% until the battle ends, which can be selected 4 times. And then she has a smoke screen. Not terribly big fan of smoke screens, unless it's on anchorage, which then I I forget to stand in them anyway, so but when she deploys a smoke screen, increases your Vanguard's torpedo by 50% for 10 seconds, so be an interesting combination there. But overall, hopefully if you're trying to get collection, you don't have to hunt for her. Fortunately, I got many copies of her. I accidentally scrapped one too many copies, so I have to use a Bullen now, which sucks. Definitely not the best move on my part. Yeah, hopefully get her soon. And moving on to our point accumulation ship, Herring. And lastly, we have Herring. She's our point accumulation submarine, as you can see by her rigging below her. I do think this little conning tower she has is quite cute. A little separate thing. Nice no fish. Her design, wish it wasn't on a submarine. Just kind of strange with their previous track record of submarines appearances. And I like her skin. I think I like her skin a bit more than her default art. Maybe just her face. Not a huge fan of the face. But skills wise, she has a little interesting skill. So, salted herring meal kit increases boat's torpedo by 10% and increases her damage dealt to DDs and transport ships by 10%. The transport ships are like the kind of the small, like gold carrying ships in the stages. So if you see the stage, like the little icon enemy, where it has like the gold cargo, that's what it's talking about. And when the battle starts, 80% chance to restore 8% of the max HP of a random service ship in your fleet, and increases that ship's evasion by 5% and speed by 3% for 20 seconds. So I always like the heal. It's random. It doesn't prioritize anyone, but that's interesting. Not the best thing for extra damage, but okay. And no synchronization skills with the rest of the Eagle Union fleet, so that's unfortunate as well. I kind of briefly looked at her history. So I was like, oh, based off her design, is she a Blau? Nope, she is a Gato. Thought it would be explain her being a little bit bigger in certain areas. Second skill, you better keep your distance. When this boat surfaces, or resurfaces, sorry, fire a special torpedo barrage, and then has a 70% chance to fire a special cannon barrage. And if this cannon barrage activates, decreases boat's surface flying duration by 1 second. So staying away from the surface if at all possible is the name of her game. All assault. Yeah, nothing too special, but if you want to get her, don't worry, just play the event and you get her nice and easy. As for the new skins, in case you missed them in the other videos, Pittsburgh, Pondlove. It appears the French girls from last year's anniversary are getting new skins. So Pondlove got an L2D. Frederick the Grosse finally got her L2D. Quite nice. Personally, I think it's her best skin. And then Indiana, we showed off. Dynamic. Flips her gun around, pokes her hat up. I think she'll show it off to us, right? Right, Indiana? You're going to show it off to us? There you go. Got a kind of scared looking Manju in the bottom there. Fargo, dynamic skin. Almost a true Kaukini. We were so close. She gets milk on her, though. Hearsay, I'm glad it was not Anchorage. I'm tired of Anchorage getting non-wholesome skins. I'm glad her oath was very wholesome. Another dynamic. Plenty of dynamics this time. This one, it's not terrible. It just feels out of left field. I still need to go and try and get just like the background because I want to try and identify who's in the background. I think I see some of the C class. But yeah, it just feels weird because, okay, we get the Wild West theme skins and the swimsuits. Okay. Makes sense. And then just Unicorn has a random cheerleader skin. Seems out of place to me. Herring we already showed off. Like a bit more than her default. Bells isn't bad. And then U556 feels like kind of a random choice. I feel like she's already had her time to shine. Maybe a different submarine. Could be like, a Bandito. But I guess they decided to put in U556 instead. Those are the skins. You can rent the Pittsburgh skin, the Pondlove skin, and the Frederick de Grosso skin. Those are all the same price, right? Yep. So $11.80. Nice. We'll go take a look at the event shop. So here we are on the event shop. You can always get Fargo. If you don't, I'd hold off on getting her now. See if you can get her from B3 or B3, or maybe the SP stage if you're lucky. This gear, not a requirement, but it's interesting because 15 seconds after the battle starts, deploys a Fargo direct drone, and this should be the same effect as her own skill. So it'll have a little healing for random ship. But yeah, but firepower and A are always nice stats to have. I could buy it. I'm gonna wait until I get my prints. Cognitive chips, cognitive arrays. I get the arrays just because you need them, and you'll get more of these passively. As you can see, I have quite a few. It is overlapping with some of the other text in there at this point. PR and DR prints, definitely get the DR prints. These are always useful. I'm gonna grab those now, so don't forget. Got a new season. Need more prints. Cat box and cat boxes. If you're going to buy tech boxes, the EU ones, they're quite good. Hear them. And if you need gear prints, there you go. Got plenty of them. 30 of each. And coins of oil. If you're doing pulls and you run out of coins, then here's a little lifeline. And dorm food, but you have other stuff to buy before dorm food, so this will probably just be like, oh, it's the end of the event. I'll just spend the last, how many odd points since I can't buy anything else. So nothing just too fantastic other than just standard stuff like the prints and the arrays. But Fargo should be pretty good, worthwhile getting. I guess we'll go over to the point accumulation. So here we are, point accumulation. Windborne Steel Wings. I made sure to go get herring before I did the video, so I grinded up quite a bit. But get some good rewards, get some coins, get some blueprints, retrofits. Coins are always nice. And then at 10k points, you get herring. and you'll get a couple DR prints. Nothing too crazy. You get the T4 for the gear upgrades, which is nice for getting to plus 13. Quite a few of those. Probably, honestly, like 50. Don't really need to go past that. 55 is nice, and if you want that last herring, but you probably have Bullens. I just save these anyway. They're random, so you're probably gonna get blues, just because how the game works. And just save them for when we have like the speed up thing. And these last two ones are not worth getting. So I wouldn't worry about getting up there. Unless you're going for event ranking, then you'll be well past that, hopefully. Do that, good luck. I guess we will move on to the other related event stuff and then to the anniversary stuff. So to go to the event hub for this event, you go up here to Wild West with a little icon. That's various options. Outfit store, take you to the skin shop. Juju Wrangler, this is the mini game. Just try and wrangle critters. I think it goes cow, monkey, buffalo, or little buffalo, and then big buffalo in terms of points. And if you do the first round, you get the commemorative coin. So you want to try and collect these. And there should be, the Gunslinger's Glory. So there'll be a special portrait frame you put on your secretary. Show off to your friends, like, hey, I did this. Vacation log. In previous events, there will be like options to unlock just a short story and just kind of preview the skin briefly. That's what this is. You also need to do these for some of the event missions, special ones, for the bounties. So bounties, the ones I've done are disappeared, but you want to fill these out. Pretty easy to do. And the main thing is the town expansion. Got a little Wild West town. As you see, you can have some ship girls hanging around. You probably understand my choice. So, got plenty of Lulus working. Get up to 9. Apparently, increased their infinity gain, so I'm definitely not making good work of this. I'll probably shove some people in here I want to get their infinity up. I figured, start off with, have, good old Lulu in there. To level up stuff, you'll get these. Start out with train station, I believe, or farm one of these. And it's like a clicker where you upgrade slowly. And you get these tokens, and you also click on your icons, like you do in the dorm. And you get more tokens. I'm not sure if the ship's level affects it. Most of these are 120. A couple are 125, or one's 125. One or two are 1. Then you can upgrade this. You get more ingot production. You also get icon or stuff called prosperity. Once you hit certain prosperity thresholds, you can get an upgrade. And upgrades your ingot production and your ingot capacity. So basically, you can just kind of let this sit. Just when you log in, go make sure you claim your stuff, upgrade what you can, and then just let it sit while you grind. And when you finish up, go ahead and just check again. Same procedure. Yeah, it's super easy to do. So, I'm not quite sure what the final reward is. I think there's some. I know for sure there's dorm furniture you get, which is pretty cool. There's some even better stuff at the end. Yeah, pretty easy to do. Then as you do stuff from there, you get the bounties, like those. And some of the bounties are doing the vacation logs, like I said. You do those. And I believe that's all for this part of the event stuff. So I guess we'll move on to the anniversary related stuff. So first up is special invitation. Daily login. So once at the end, you get an option to pick. I believe the options are Reno, Bremerton, Sirius, Shokaku, Savetsky Russia, Pola, and there's one more that's currently available that I don't recommend. But Pola, Savetsky Russia, I believe the two, and Reno are the ones that I'd probably recommend the most, as you can't get them elsewhere other than Gacha. So you want to pick those? There you go. Reno's probably the best out of the bunch. And then Voltage Rising, reset hit while I was recording, so new missions. As the days go along, get 2 new missions daily. Build new ships, retire ships, do exercises, daily challenges. Like you see, once you complete all 7, you get the retrofit item for Eldridge. If you don't get this item and you skip out on this event, you cannot retrofit Eldridge, and it'll be quite some time before they rerun it. And there'll be quite some even more time until it gets added to the shop. So I recommend doing it now if you don't have Eldridge or you're not even close to retrofitting her. Just better to have it and not need it now than to want it and not have it. Prelude, we have that going on. Get the little mask you can put on. Call the arms. Do a portrait frame. And rally request. So you complete missions and other people will be paired up with you and you get rewards as you complete the missions. Nothing fantastic. Ones are always nice. Skill books are nice. Stormford's nice. But nothing's like, oh my goodness, I absolutely have to get it done. Wow, that's pretty cool. There's some chat frames, portrait frames. These only last 30 days. So, yeah, honestly, I think every time I've done this, we haven't finished it. I always try and do mine, but you'll finish yours and you're like, okay, waiting for everyone else to progress, and it just doesn't happen. So, and it says sent request. I feel like you should be able to add people, but not. There's like an auto send feature. And what else we got going on? We have the memory lane. So I had a little PSA come up right before maintenance. Going over my stats for the game. Pages. Skins. And showing off what events you've done. Getting the little furniture piece. I know some people like to put them all in a row to show off their dorm, which is cool. And then something people are very excited for. The wishing well. This is build your own banner. So any ship girls added prior to a certain date, I don't remember the date. What's her name? Joffrey and Indomitable, I believe the two are not in it. But I think the event added prior is in it. So I was really hoping I could get Indomitable, but that did not happen. So I accidentally scrapped my Montpellier, so I want to get her back, like a pair with Independence, because Montpellier has a very good augment gear. And I threw in St. Louis because there's no one else really wanted. I was like, oh, why not? 3 pulls, event points. Get got Laffy, Raven, and Königsberg. Okay. So you can pick. There's tons of options right now. I have a video you can search up for the tier list. It's a bit old. I made some mistakes in it because there's some ships I thought would be in it that aren't. And there's some ships that says are in it, but you can still have them show up. Like, you can't select San Diego, but guess what? San Diego will show up because she showed up on stream when I was trying to pull for Montpellier. So, I'm sure others will have like guides and say who's the best. If you don't have good submarines, it's a good time to get them. If you're missing some like Perseus or Richelieu or, well, not Nagato because she's in the metal shop. Maybe you have a favorite character you haven't gotten yet. You can select them, have your own banner, and hopefully you get them. And this changes based off what pull you do. So, because I did light pull, only 1 cube and 600 coins. If I did heavy or special, it would be 2 cubes and 1200 coins, a bit more. In the special and heavy pulls, you can select the URs. Yeah, there's the wishing well. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for watching and happy anniversary. Hope you get whoever you want to pull for and you have a good time with the event. If you like some skins, pick them up if you're able to. Be sure if you haven't subscribed to do so. Like the video if you did enjoy it or you found it useful. Share it. It helps the channel, helps people see more videos, and so hopefully it helps them too. You can follow me on Twitter, or X as it's called now, I guess. I retweet art I like, news, and just do like random updates from game progress and stuff. I've been trying to be more active on there. as kind of like a side thing to the community post. But yeah, so once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.